Hi, my name is Jade, and this is my testimonial for the Black Condors. So, I overall have had a transformative and just beautiful experience overall with the Black Condors. I've done 2 ceremonies now. One of them was in the Bay Area, and then the other one was in Mexico. So much to say. It was, I think, Adorable's approach to ceremony is unique in every way. It's definitely something that I've never experienced before. Just being that taken care of, I felt instantly safe by the container that they created, prioritizing Black and brown folks in these circles and in these spaces, which traditionally just is not the case in my experience. I think that participating in these 2 ceremonies, so the first one was about a year ago, and then the second one that I've done with them was this year, I would say give or take 6 months ago. I think that this year I came into it with an intention to work on specific things. One of them was just my relationship with my creativity and my art and my career. And I know that seems like a really weird thing to kind of go into an ayahuasca retreat for, but I think a lot of those blockages were internal and coming from a place of self-esteem. Her team is fantastic. I think at all moments, even when I was kind of having more challenging moments than others, I was extremely safe and extremely taken care of from the beginning to the end. I think what best describes my overall experience at the Black Condor retreat is unity. I think that when you're called to going to a Black Condor retreat, you typically have kind of a spiritual or this general calling to go. And I think what really separates them apart from any other type of experience that I've ever had with guided medicine experiences is that you are not left alone at any time. You are completely taken care of. Everything is fully briefed in ahead of time. And so you go into the experience with an open heart and an open mind, and you kind of come out a changed person. I think that it's also, really unique what they're doing when it comes to self-esteem, and so though it was kind of external what I was working on, it really did kind of tie back to an internal experience. And I think that what was so special about this retreat this year for me was that, she always does this, but Adorable brought all of these different songs from all of these different tribes around different countries, and you can just feel the intention with the way that she curates each of the songs. And I think that it definitely, while on medicine, allowed me to just process everything, process my blockages, process all of the things that was kind of going on that was leading me up to even wanting to do the retreat at that time in my life. And it's taken me 6 months since to even leave a testimonial, because I think I wanted to do so having fully digested that experience. And yeah, I think, ultimately it was life-changing. The way that I look at the connections that I've made in that ceremony internally of why certain things are the way they are for me, and why I move certain ways. I think I have all of it to thank the Black Condor crew, specifically Adorable, and just her process and her intentional holding space. I think that the trauma-informed practices from the Black Condor really came through with each ceremony that I do with them. It's you feel like you are fully in the know of what everything is about, what's going to happen at every moment. There's care throughout the entire process of describing exactly what's going to happen next. Obviously, everybody's medicine journey is different, though I do think that what is so special about Adorable and her team is that you feel like you aren't scared. And I say that, you know, with a gentle heart, because I think that ceremony can be intimidating, to really let go of your control for an extended period of time is, you know, can be really scary for some people. And I brought together a group of people this year that had never tried this medicine and who were really hesitant. And I think that once they met the team, and once Adorable started to guide us through just the pre-ceremony process and like setting the space, making it all intentional, you know, saging the room and really just making yourself as comfortable as possible, my friends weren't scared anymore. And I think that some of them came up to me after the retreat and said that was the most powerful thing they've ever experienced. And I think that it takes the whole group to kind of curate that. But I do think that having such a strong facilitator and such a strong team really makes that possible. And I think that if you're hesitant to try this medicine, you should be. It's deep work. But I think if you're going to do it, doing it with the Black Condors is not only less intimidating, it's an honor. And you really feel that when you take away the experience. It's like truly an honor. And I can't even describe it any other way. I feel honored to even know these women and to be able to actually have sat in ceremony with them twice now is just amazing. If you're hesitant, or if you're considering and you are a person of color and you're like, is this right for me? Traditionally, I think that medicine work obviously has roots in Black and brown culture, but then the way that we see it from a Western lens is that it's kind of curated towards more of our white community. Bringing it back to Black and brown communities is the work that I think that the Black Condors is doing, and doing so successfully, and doing with such intention that, for me, you know, hesitation is normal, but they're the one. They're so good, and they're so knowledgeable about what they do, and so intentional, and it really is rooted in tradition. And you really feel that when you take away the experience. So thank you, Black Condors. I love you very much. And sorry this took me 6 months to do. I really needed to digest that experience, because it really is, from a cellular level, life-changing. And as intentional as they curate the ceremonies, I think that intentionality ripples to the participants, and I think that is the case for me. So I hope this helps anyone that is considering or on the fence. Medicine work is scary sometimes, because you never know like what's unhealed and what's going to be coming up. But I think when you're led with intention, and by women, by Black women that are just incredible, it makes it all easier. So happy ceremony.